How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the Festy Hub Podcast. I'm your host, Manny, aka Frisky Hug. And today's episode, we are going to be talking to Girl Aspen. I'm going to bringing her on as a special guest, and we're going to talk a little bit about her. She's an influencer gone marketing coordinator for music festivals. So we're going to be talking about her and her transition from influencer going into festival marketing and stuff like that. But before we get started with this episode, we are going to do our 4 shout outs. The first shout out is for a content creator, and that's going to go to Domenique. Her Instagram is dplurprincess. She has been a content creator for a while, big on the music festival scene, definitely has a great selection of wardrobes, but I'm adding her to this list because she is currently making the transition from influencer to DJ. So I'm really proud of her. She's been working really hard on her craft and she is getting booked for shows now. I'm really proud of her. And if you guys get a chance, definitely check her out. Second one is going to go to a DJ, and that's going to be Rose. That's the DJ name. His Instagram is Noah Benheim. He's an amazing person, amazing TikToker too. I think he has over 100K. He has over 100K followers on TikTok, does a lot of DJing type TikToks. I met him in Florida. He has been nothing but great, an amazing attitude, great person. And the reason I'm kind of adding him on here is because he's been climbing so hard that I had seen him as a headliner now for a rave or concert. And I think that's just a great thing for him. I'm really proud of him, really happy for him. Headlining a show is such an amazing thing, and I'm very happy for him. Definitely check him out. Third shout out is going to be for a business and brand. And this is kind of going to go to a business called Endless Summer Nights. Primal Productions kind of runs, it's like it's almost like a rave. They used to be doing drive-in raves in Orlando during COVID, and they have now branched out to doing shows throughout the US. They have been playing in multiple states. So if you're curious if they are hosting a rave near you, definitely check out their Instagram. It is Endless Summer Nights on there. And for the fourth shout out, that's going to go to a supporting friend or follower. This one's going to go to my friend Geno. He has been by my side for a really long time. Very supportive guy, has always been there to help me out with my recordings, has been super supportive. His IG is Nino Perez 0714. If you guys want to check him out, it's an amazing person. Definitely has had my back throughout, especially through this journey of like recording and vlogging and having my YouTube channel. Definitely helped me get through COVID with all the drive-in raves. It's kind of hard having not that many friends and trying to go to events. So he's definitely a ride or die. You guys can check out all of these 4 individuals or companies on my description below. If you're on Spotify, there should be a description box as well. You can check out all of the links there. If you're on YouTube listening to this, it'll be in the description as well. Okay, guys. Well, without further ado, let's start with the podcast. Well, I'd like to welcome Aspen to the podcast. Thank you so much for coming to the podcast.
Hi. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited. This is my very first podcast ever.
I'm super excited as well. I'm very happy that you decided to partake in this journey of mine with this whole podcast thing. Definitely delighted to have you. So just for starters, so in case some people don't know who you are and stuff like that, maybe a quick introduction.
Alrighty, my name is Aspen Scott. A lot of people probably know me by Girl Aspen on Instagram or Twitter. I am 22. I live in Denver and I work for I'm a freelancer for a ton of different festivals around the country. I do different types of work, whether it be marketing coordination, influencer coordination. I'm still transitioning in from an influencer into that. So there are a few events that I am an influencer for. And yeah, that's about me.
Okay, so
Not too exciting.
yeah, well, but I mean, you mentioned that you live in Denver. So what is life like in Denver? Like, what is the night like? It's a big city, so assuming like the nightlife is pretty good, right? Or
Yeah, absolutely. So living in Denver is basically like living in a festival. You have 4 or 5 different shows to choose from, all different genres. There's tons of people out, people coming from all over the world, pretty much. So it's just basically a giant festival. I live right downtown, so I'm like cooped up in my apartment unless it's a show, but it's so crazy like how many different options you have every night and how many different people you get to meet and so many different opportunities. And just, I mean, personally, all the shows that I go to, the artists are always like, oh my gosh, Denver is my favorite city to play in. And I'm like, yes, yes, it is.
what's your favorite venue?
That's a tough one. Wow. Okay.
Let's put it like this. I'm coming from a different state and I'm listening to this podcast,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take whatever you recommend as the first venue I go to. What venue would that be?
I would say Mission or Black Box. There's always something cool going on at both. Mission is great for like sound and lights and production and just all of that. And Black Box is really cool for the underground scene. So it really just depends on what you want to get into.
Yeah, I definitely just got back from Keizo. He played at Mission Ballroom, and I mean,
Oh yeah.
the setup there is just amazing. But
Yeah.
I mean, people are coming out of state. I mean, probably Red Rocks is a good option too.
True. Yes.
Could be a little expensive sometimes though. I think was it Tipper that played just
Yeah.
recently. Those
Yeah.
tickets were selling for $240.
Mhm.
So
I saw some on resale for like 2,000. I was
what?
what is happening right now?
What is, like the people are probably paying for this too. Like they're
Oh yeah, for sure. They're like, just take it.
oh man. So let's jump into like what kind of like festivals have you been to so far since COVID just kind of like COVID's been in and out, obviously, but festivals have opened up. Have you been to any in the last few months?
Yeah, so my first festival back was Ubby Dubby, and I'm pretty sure that was the first festival back in all.
Yeah.
That one was in Texas. That was amazing. I loved it. I've been to Soundhaven. That was about 2 weeks ago in Tennessee, and that was amazing, just magical in every which way. I also went to Forbidden Kingdom, and I'm pretty sure that's it. Forbidden
Yeah.
was amazing. I loved that one.
That was great. I know they changed the venue.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. I'm COVID and stuff. So anything that happens, anything that changes. Let's go back in time. How old were you when you first started raving?
We have an audience behind us, just so
we love the kitties. We love the kitties.
My first show, believe it or not, was in 2017. So it was very recent. I mean, we're in 2021. So I haven't been raving for that long. I've loved EDM my entire life, though. I remember growing up, I'd be living with my mom and watching like the live streams on the big screen in the living room. And she's like, what
That's
are you
amazing.
doing?
That's amazing.
I've always had a real love for it. My first like favorite artist that I can remember was Millennium, and that's really what got me into going to shows. So that was amazing. And it's been nonstop since.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great when you are raised to love like genres, that are not exactly so mainstream, because I grew up and it was like, oh, rap or rock, right? And that's like
Right.
when I first started listening to EDM, it was like, why are you listening to these bebop noises?
Yeah, that's what my dad would say.
So that's awesome that you've been listening for so long. I mean, I didn't get into it until I was a little bit older, which, I wish I had found this out a lot younger.
Right.
But what is your like favorite genre when it comes to like EDM?
Oh, I am a hoe for experimental bass.
I was gonna guess experimental bass, but I didn't want to be wrong. But you are so in your element.
Yes.
When the experimental bass always plays, I swear, every time I see you just vibing.
Absolutely. That's definitely my favorite. I actually started off as a headbanger, so dubstep was like my favorite. And I still love it, but you won't hear me really listening to it at home.
Right.
Uh, I'll headbang though, for sure.
I'm very similar in the same aspect where like, I love my dubstep and my rhythm and stuff, but when I'm at home, it's house. Drove
Yeah.
because I live in Colorado Springs. So when I drove to Denver yesterday, it was just house the entire way, John Summit has my heart right now. Wax Motif playing too. Okay.
Yes.
What are your favorite artists?
Oh gosh.
Let's go with like, well, let's not say favorite. That's rude, I think. Because like they're probably if they listen to this, yeah, give yourself top 5. Let's not pick like a favorite because that'd be
Okay. This is still kind of hard, but in no order, let's say that. Charles the First, Mersive, Mize. Oh, well, there we go. Closey. Closey is one of my favorites. And then another smaller one is Chimera. I love him.
okay.
I love him. I actually got the opportunity to meet him at Soundhaven, and he is incredible.
I've heard of every single one of those, honestly. I would say out of that list, I think Mersive is my favorite,
Yeah,
100%.
he's so good. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Wow.
I'm not big on experimental bass, but I have a buddy of mine who lives in New Mexico, and he's huge on experimental bass. So I've succumbed to listening to it more and more. It definitely takes it's almost like trying like a new drink, and you have to like get that acquired taste. It's definitely an acquired genre for sure.
Right. I definitely agree. The nice thing is it's huge in Denver. It's like a big genre out here, but you go anywhere else and like not a lot of people really know about experimental yet. So it does take an acquired taste. It is an acquired taste.
Let's dive into wardrobes and stuff like that. I mean, just going through your Instagram, for those listening, she has an entire just Instagram filled with just amazing outfits, crazy fits, amazing fits. There's still some like really memorable ones that like when I picture you like in those festival outfits. It's just so memorable. Where do you shop? How do you come up with these outfits? Where do you get these ideas? And where do you shop?
I really like to shop all over. I don't really love one specific brand. The nice thing about being an influencer back then was I got a lot of outfits in exchange for content, which I'm sure a lot of people have done at this point because companies are very open with doing that. But if you haven't, you should try. Anyway, so I will just put together, I'll start with one outfit or one piece of an outfit or one color or one theme. And sometimes one complete outfit will be one company, or it'll be multiple different companies. My top ones that I normally use would be Heart Raves, Freedom Ravewear. The Light Couture is another one of my favorites, and Relita Couture is another one. I love Critter Clips and Liquid Dreams. So like they're not necessarily small businesses, and not saying I don't love shopping there, but I also really love these fashion designs that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to shop everywhere. Sometimes I even use Amazon.
Honest, guilty.
Etsy,
guilty.
Like, it's hard to really give you like a straight answer for that one, just because they're so different. I have a ton of codes and like things on my bio that helps a lot of people come up with outfits. So
I know, and Amazon is like, I hate giving it to such a big corporation, but it's like, I mean, sometimes you just want to just be out there and just make your own kind of style, right? Like as much as we love these brands, but I mean, Heart Raves for one, it's a very affordable store too. So I can see why people shop there a lot.
Yeah. I normally use Amazon if it's like coming up. Like if I need some Space Canyon at this point, I would have
2 days.
But yeah, I definitely love different places. I've also been into making my own stuff, which has been more recent. So I'll
Yes, I
make.
was gonna get into that. I was like, do you do your own?
Yes, I do. I don't know how to sew yet, but once I do,
I,
it is.
I was right there with you. I was like, dude, I need to learn how to sew because like I'm at the point where like I'm gonna have to start like you got to make adjustments to some of your things, honestly. And it's like, okay, I need to like I didn't learn how to sew. I'm a guy, so it's even worse, right? Like imagine coming to my house, it's like a sewing machine. Like, hey.
It's for everybody. Sewing is for
Yeah.
everybody. I don't even care what anybody has to say.
So, do you have your outfits planned for Imagine yet? I know that's coming up. What, next month? So,
Yeah.
do you have your outfits planned yet?
No, not even a single P. But the reason why is because my style has changed so much over the last year, like especially in COVID. I like wearing black on black now, and it doesn't really change. And especially now that I've been working in the industry a little bit more, I have
It's more professional too. I think black on
yeah,
black. So,
right, exactly. Like I feel like I need to, have my little butt covered, and
yeah.
I like to wear cute tops and stuff, but for the most part, I wear black shorts and black leggings now. Just it's a vibe. It's
So, so we're in the topic of like Imagine Music Festival and stuff. You have any announcements in the aspect of like Imagine? I know you're like working with them, right?
Yeah, so I'm running their influencer program. It's been amazing. It's been pretty much every emotion that you can feel.
Yeah, I bet.
But it is really exciting. We are going to be at a new location this year. It's actually, I think it's tomorrow. Is it Tomorrow World or Tomorrowland?
It was the Tomorrow World, I think,
Yeah.
venue.
So
Yeah.
that's the venue that we're doing it at. We just announced the Thursday pre-party lineup and new additions, and they actually added some experimental bass, which I'm very
I
excited
saw that.
about. As of that, I can't really go more into detail about some things, but it is
Spilling
very
tea. We're just spilling tea.
yeah, that is definitely one of the most anticipated festivals coming up. So I'm pretty excited. I have so much coming up and I don't have any outfits. I need to buy flights still, hotels, all of it.
I have a hotel. That's about it. So I need to also get my flights. I have one outfit, so I got to figure out another one. Brands have been hitting me up lately, so I'm just gonna use whatever brand hits me up and gives me clothes for, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Luckily, I'm still receiving clothes, so I'm just gonna use whatever.
Do like an underwater theme.
I am doing a jellyfish theme. One of the companies gave me a jellyfish outfit, so I'm gonna go with it.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be pretty
I'm
cool.
excited to see that. My outfit's probably lame, but it's fine.
Nah, you should go with with like the same color scheme of like black, but just add some like vibrant blue or something, vibrant purple.
Yeah, that's a good
Pretty
idea.
cool. So since you're like a talent coordinator and like this marketing coordinator, like you've done so well for yourself. Honestly, I am very happy for you. I'm excited for you to see what's in store. But let's dive deep into kind of like what you face, right? Because like I think there's like a stigma with like being an influencer and trying to make a name for yourself other than influencing. What are some of the struggles that you have faced or you think you're gonna be facing doing this transition from like influencer to like marketing coordinator?
Yeah, so I think a lot of people know the stigma on influencers right now, or for a while it's been this way. Which in my shoes, I say we need influencers, and not just in the EDM scene, but everywhere. If it wasn't for influencers, we wouldn't know about a lot of the stuff that's going on. Like, it's seriously a great marketing tool.
Yep.
And I just wish that everybody knows the whole EDM Twitter influencer.
Yeah, I stay away from Twitter. I have a Twitter, but I stay away. It can get toxic.
Yeah. So I definitely have faced a lot of issues, like trying to go from influencer to marketing coordinator, as in like a lot of people don't believe that I'm capable of doing what I'm proposing. And I'm absolutely capable of doing that. or like people will hold grudges for so long because you're an influencer. So a while ago, there was a lot of things on Instagram with me wearing like a gem mask, and that was like, it was
Yeah, I remember
bad.
that.
It was
Yeah.
very bad. And I lost a lot of my opportunities because of it. And so I'm just worried, like, I don't know. A lot of people don't like influencers right now. And so I don't think a lot of people understand that I really am pushing to do more than just be an influencer. I really, after this year, I don't really want to accept any more influencer opportunities. And not because I don't want to be an influencer, but because I want to do more. I
Right.
want to, I want to help this community more. And, you know, that's, I don't really know where I'm going with this, I guess.
Well,
It's just rough.
I mean, it can be pretty rough. Like I was talking to this DJ the other day, and he has like some weird grudge against influencers, right? Not that
Yeah.
we go out and we're like, oh, we're influencers, this and this, because I think once you draw that line between influencer and content creator, we're more content creators. Like we're making
Right.
videos, we're doing TikToks, we're on YouTube, we're doing other things, right? Like we're more than just that influencer spot. So like, but people still, like you said, they hold those grudges. And this particular DJ said, um it just because you're promoting to an event shouldn't mean you get like a free ticket. And I'm like, well, yeah, because I'm basically a free advertising.
Yeah.
And his point was those people were going to go to those places anyways. And my response is those people probably didn't even know about that event,
Mhm.
honestly. Like unless you're downloading like Radiator, whatever, like, and figuring out like all the festivals are happening, like what festivals are we as like a community going to attend? Because
Right.
it's bigger than random people who rave together. There is a huge community, and sometimes you want to go where the community goes. We are part of that community, and we're advertising, hey, we're all going to be there. You want to meet some of your favorite content creators? This is the place. And Imagine, I mean, you have done an amazing job with Imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
it's literally filled with content creators, like content creator galore. So it's me.
Yeah.
I'm very excited because now I get to see some people I've never even met, but I'm like, I follow them on TikTok, I follow them on Instagram, I follow them on YouTube. I've never met them. And I'm like, this is like my opportunity to finally like meet some like my favorite creators.
Yeah.
I think some people just misunderstood. And I think that people have just a bad impression of what we do.
Right.
And I think there's like a slight bit of jealousy when we get like a free festival ticket or a free rave ticket or free concert ticket or all that stuff. People don't see like the work we put in.
Right. Right.
They just see like surface level like rewards. And I'm like, yeah, I did get, like say a free festival ticket, but I have a contract with literally every brand and every ticketing company and every coordinator. Like I have an entire folder of just contracts, right? Like it's not easy. I have to make sure I'm keeping up with everything.
Exactly.
And and
And
I think
at the
they're
end
just
of Go ahead.
I think they're just jealous that
Yeah.
them as DJs don't always get free tickets. Like they pay
Mhm.
for those things. And then we get it for free. I'm like, but you're not working for it. Like as
Right.
a DJ, you either play and get a free ticket or you don't. That's the path you chose, you know?
Exactly. And at the end of the day, if a festival or a brand is going to reach out to us and want our help, our content on Instagram, if you have a certain amount of followers, it does cost. So the ticket is our compensation instead of getting straight up money, which
Yeah.
I'm sure if you didn't want to get the ticket, that they would be paying you money.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's also what goes through my head. Like it's worth what we're doing for them. We have to do like 5 posts for a festival,
Mhm.
story posts galore. Like it's not just, oh, post one time and then here you go. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that people don't realize that we're giving up money, right?
Mhm.
Um, there have been brands and there have been actual like festival companies that have paid me, hundreds of dollars for a few posts. I would
Right.
rather take the money. You think I
Yeah.
want to go to? You think I want to get a flight, a hotel,
Right.
transport? Like, dude, that's
Drink all of it.
like I'm spending money. Like it's a marketing scheme though. You think about
Yeah.
it. Invite influencers to go. They also have to pay for all this stuff.
It,
Like
it is. especially now after COVID, like a lot of the programs that I'm doing, I'm not allowed to offer, or I'm not allowed, but I'm not able to offer camping passes because like if you're going to bring an influencer, they want more camping people, but also because of budget. So it's kind of a mess right now.
What are some of are there any other like festivals you've worked with aside from Imagine, or you are working with?
Yeah, so I am doing, well, I did Soundhaven 2 weekends ago. And
Where was Sandhaven at?
it was like an hour away from Nashville in Tennessee. It was very cool. Honestly, I recommend it to anybody who likes experimental bass, but if you don't, that's literally all that's playing. So
Yeah.
But I also work with the Festival Babes. I'm director of outreach and just a co-partner in the company as a whole. We can get into that in a second, but we are working with Deep Tropics and Breakaway, and I am personally working with, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look on my phone. Quite a few.
I know Breakaways, like there's like 5 of them, I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to go to the one in Charlotte.
Oh, that one's a good one. That's definitely one of the ones I was looking at.
Yeah, you should go. We should go.
I know. My schedule's so hectic. So I'm moving to Florida, which you are more than welcome to visit at any time. I'll be in Orlando. Just a whole new life. I want to pursue more things, and I think Orlando's the move. Denver, Colorado Springs has been really great to me. I've met a bunch of beautiful people, great personalities, and there have been a lot of festivals. I've taken advantage of every festival here, but I think Florida's the move.
I definitely think you would do great out there, and there's a ton. Like it's just as good of a EDM scene out there as it is here, honestly. And there's a beach.
Facts. I'm scared. I'm scared of that beach though. And that's just me, right? And I'm probably scared for no reason. But I heard about this like man-eating bacteria, and
wait, what?
Yeah, so this man-eating or flesh-eating bacteria. It's
oh gosh,
it's in the warm waters, and Florida beaches are super warm, and I'm like, I try to tell one of my buddies that, and he's like, oh, that's more towards like the Gulf area, like more than that. I'm like, bro, I heard it was in Florida.
And there's alligators.
What are we? So like, I'm definitely gonna miss the normalcy of Colorado for sure. I definitely gonna miss one thing, and that's the snowboarding and the mountains here. I'm definitely gonna miss the nature for sure.
It is different out here. I don't ski or snowboard, so I escape during winter.
You lived in Colorado all your life, right?
Yeah, I moved.
And you've never you had just don't snowboard, or you haven't snowboarded?
I've snowboarded like five times.
Okay.
5 times. But I'm 22 and I've been here my whole life. I moved away for like 2 years.
Where'd you go?
I went to Wisconsin. I met my biological dad.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it was awesome. Lived out there with him for a little bit and then met a man in Chicago and moved to Kentucky. And now I'm back here I'm sure everybody can.
Just like a roller coaster of traveling. I love that.
Yeah, it was really cool though, because I've never really spent that much time out there. And I liked how central Kentucky was. Like Lost Lands was 3 hours away, and all the fun festivals, Electric Forest, like all those really cool festivals were right there. So that was really cool. I liked that a lot.
I will say, I think like Atlanta, I think just the location where Atlanta is, you can basically go anywhere. Like Sudden Death's cave event, that's literally just like 6 hours north. And then if you want to go to the Florida events, that's literally only like a 6-hour drive south. So really everything's like within like a driving distance from I mean, Atlanta, if you want to go to a lot of festivals and like not spend on flights, Atlanta's probably the spot, but I would never live in Atlanta. Sad story that just happened. One of my friends, oddly, he's a DJ. His sister got followed from the bar and literally followed all the way to her house. And the guy like got her at gunpoint, kidnapped her, and
I saw this.
they just found her body the other day. Yeah, it's
No.
so sad. And
Oh my.
I was talking to Domenique. For those of you that are listening to this, that's Deep Blue Princess. And I was
Baby.
we love her. Um, and I was talking to her about this because I was just like in shock, and I was like, how can I protect? Because there's so many females like friends in my life, and I'm like, dude, I don't want any of like my friends getting hurt.
Yeah.
How can we prevent this stuff from happening? And like, you really can't. I mean, unless you like you arm yourself, or you get escorted everywhere you go. But that's like there's no way to live that. But like, I think that what we're doing already is just spreading awareness that and letting people know, hey, this stuff's happening like in our world. Like, um, as fun as it is to go like to a festival alone and all that stuff, partner up. Honestly, I think when things like this are happening, it starts like, um, you gotta watch out for yourself, and we gotta watch out for each other.
Be aware of your surroundings always.
Always, yeah. I think that's just the only thing you can do. Just be aware.
Mm-hmm. There's
So
apples are great, but there's always going to be a few bad apples.
yeah.
If you haven't been to one, yeah, just be safe.
Speaking of bad apples, did you hear about the guy that got shoved to the ground? He only had one leg, and it was a Forbidden Kingdom, and they mugged him.
No, I did not hear
Yeah.
that.
So that was my buddy Zach. He's like in my vlog and stuff. He got in a motorcycle accident, left him with only one leg, and he was at Sudden Death set at Forbidden Kingdom. Some guys saw that he only had one leg, took advantage of him, shoved him to the ground, and mugged him.
That makes me want to cry. Oh my God. Is he okay?
He was traumatized. And his girlfriend made it a point that, he no longer wants to go to festivals. He doesn't feel like it. He doesn't feel like he, as a handicapped person, he doesn't feel safe. But Sudden Death saw the tweet and ended up flying him out. He's flying him out to his cave rave thing that he's doing in Pelham, Tennessee. And yeah, for him and his girlfriend, and got them free merch as well. So they were able to now they have the Sudden Death jackets.
Yeah.
So it's super cool stuff.
Try to gain their hope a little bit.
Yeah. I've only met Danny twice, and he's always been such a sweetheart, but this for sure has been such a really nice move on his part. I mean, that's super awesome. It just confirms he's just a badass, honestly.
For sure. He doesn't really, he's scary. I saw my first set at reunion, but before that I've been but he's cool. He's actually a very genuine person.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I love artists like that.
Now we're talking about artists and meeting and stuff. I want to know, what are some of the artists that you have met, and what have been those experiences with those? If you don't want to say some artists, because maybe they were meeters, that you don't have to.
I've met a lot of artists. My favorite memory was I got to meet Subtronic. I guess it wasn't really meet him, but I got to get on stage with Subtronics during his pod shows and just stand in the back where nobody could really see me. That was so freaking cool. And honestly, there's too many to name. My favorite time hanging out with artists would be with either at Soundhaven or Reunion, because Reunion was just a reunion. It was great. There were so many cool people there, so many amazing artists, and they're all amazing. I've never had really a bad experience with an artist per se. I've seen things happen with a few artists, but I don't really get involved with all of that. My favorite artist, person to person talking to, would be G-Rex. He is so freaking cool and so nice and so genuine. And along with Recno is amazing.
Yeah, I saw you. Yeah, you guys hung out I think was it last week?
Yeah, the Showdown show. And he
Yeah,
loves
the Recto's
playing
sweet.
there. I've met him so many times. That was like the first time we actually got to vibe together.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Al Ross to be on the podcast, and because I wanted to talk about the importance of using pronouns, in the EDM scene and stuff, because I know a lot of DJs are coming out as using different pronouns and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, I want to have like Al Ross maybe come on the show. But Domenique is like, oh, actually, you should get Rekno to do it. Like Rekno's so sweet. So I'm definitely gonna send out some invite links and be like, hey, y'all want to like, who wants to talk about this subject? Because I think it's very important, especially like since we're all about acceptance.
I agree. And honestly, like I know myself and everybody can know more about it, especially coming from somebody who's so educated on it. Like I would love to know more about it. So I think that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Bring them both.
Bro, yeah, we'll do a 3-person. Yeah. You mentioned reunion, that you went to that. I was curious because I only saw like snaps. I didn't go. How was the like experience? I know there was like was it like a weather delay? I can't remember.
Yeah. So it was like right before Vampa's set, and everybody had to evacuate, and I had just gotten there.
Oh man.
And thankfully I parked in like the staff parking area. And was able to just like hang out underneath the stage, but it was a freaking downpour. Like I was like, wow. My friend Genesee was like shoveling the water out of like beneath the stage. And then they finally brought her back. But I think she never got to play her set that day, and they fixed it and let her play the next day.
That's amazing. I saw they took this really dope picture of like all the artists that played, and I was like, that is a sick picture.
It was so fun.
I think I think they did it during Woolie's set because Woolie wasn't in the picture. But
oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Woolie, his back-to-back with 12th Planet. I was like, at first I was like, what is this? Like I would have never guessed those two would do a back-to-back.
I'm so jealous.
One of my favorite back-to-backs I have ever seen. Oh my gosh.
I had to see that on like on stories. I wasn't there. I was pretty sad about it.
Yeah, it was great.
he posted like pictures. What gets me? It's like sentimental stuff. Is like when they post pictures of like when they started and stuff, and like I saw this picture of like when they were both like really young, and it was like they were just starting off, and then now they're here. I'm like, this is amazing.
I remember seeing that.
I mean, it's a great journey. I think we're all in our own journeys and stuff. Especially you right now. I'm telling you, you're gonna do great, and everything that you got going on, it's gonna be fantastic.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
So does it ever get tiring, like going to a lot of festivals? I mean, I know from my own experience, I have like my own opinion about how many festivals we go to and stuff. But you go to just as many. And do you ever feel like maybe you need to take a break from festivals?
Oh yeah. I'm actually supposed to be in Cincinnati right now.
but you said I need a break. Yeah.
And it's so okay to take breaks. Festivals will always be there, artists will always be there, but the most important thing is to take care of yourself. And going to a festival takes a lot out of you, not just physically, but like mentally. And you're getting so many different people's energies and talking to so many different people. And I live alone, so I'm so like I just want to stay home and relax and really like bring that all back to me, and then I'll be able to go to the next festival and give all my energy. And I think that's so important, taking breaks in between festivals. I'm scared because I have 5 weeks of back-to-back festivals coming up.
Oof. Do you actually do back-to-back like no week break in between ever, like? Or
I did it last year, but
okay, because I have to take a 1 week break at least. Like, so if I go to like a festival this week, next weekend is like me time, like wash clothes. Like I can't do back to back because like then I have like no time to like unpack, repack, and it's mentally draining. People don't understand this side of us. You know what I mean? Like they just think we're like just going to festivals and it's full set. Like it is mentally exhausting.
Yeah, traveling is a lot.
It's a good problem to have. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, flying everywhere is just the jet lag. I mean, I can't keep going to Florida. It's like a 4-hour flight. Like
I know
I'm
you'd be doing
exhausted.
so much in between then too. That's my thing. It's like there's so much I could be getting done right now, and the Wi-Fi always sucks on planes.
Yeah, it
I'm
does. And
it's taking so much of my life away.
I'm flying to Germany
Wow.
on Monday. And that is a 24-hour like airplane, like yeah, whole transition.
That was like a bed.
Yeah, no, it's so it's actually, so if I'm flying to Germany, it's actually gonna be 12 hours. Wait, I forgot about the time difference. So it's 24 hours technically, but I guess minus 8 hours because of the time change. So I guess I'm not on the flight as much as I thought it was gonna be. But anyways,
Wow.
I am gonna take advantage and like edit these podcasts while I'm there. Like
Yeah.
I normally edit my vlogs on the flight back, especially when I do a Florida vlog and like it's like 4 hours I could definitely edit.
Yeah.
But some planes, man, like what do you normally fly?
United. I
Okay.
I mean, I'm not loyal to one, but United is kind of how I like to fly because I'm building up those miles.
I'm the same way with Frontier.
They have a lot of direct flights. But
They
their
do.
seats suck. Their seats are like
That's what I was getting at. I was like, they have the worst like area for me to edit my vlogs. I have to get front seats, otherwise I can't even edit like my vlogs at all.
yeah, I could see that for sure.
But
Yeah.
let's see. So um I think we got a lot of stuff covered that I wanted to talk about. Is there anything particular that you wanted to maybe mention, talk about any cool stories? We'll end after that with the festival list because I think everybody wants to know probably like, what festivals you got going on next, you know.
Yeah.
But anything else new, anything happening in your life? How's it like, I guess how's like everything going?
It's going really good. I just landed my dream job. And for personal reasons, I'm not going to say it right now just because I did
100%.
say it before and it was extremely overwhelming.
We
So yeah.
love that for you though, low key. We love that for you. And
Yeah.
and I love that so many people are supportive.
Yeah.
And um I think it's great to hear those kind words.
Mhm.
But we're gonna get into like a serious note, because I think I feel it as well when it comes to certain things. The better and the higher you go with your career choices and your paths, people are going to try to enter your life that
Yes.
weren't trying to enter before, and I think that's a huge issue that needs to be brought up.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this and you're literally trying to scheme and put your foot into people's lives just because they're going
Notice.
places, stop. Just stop. Like
No, no,
we're
notice.
not dumb.
I have like my small friend group. I have so many friends, but I have my Denver group that it's like, you guys have been here from day one. Like, this is exactly
The OGs.
who knows everything that's going on in my life. I'm working so many fun festivals and Starbase I'm doing, which will be fun.
Wait, you're helping with Starbase?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
influencer program. I'm very excited about it. That
Oh, that
I
is
am actually
amazing.
like trying to get rid of my Millennium tickets because it lands today as Millennium at Red Rocks. So I'm gonna fly from like the throwback set on Thursday and then just go straight to the airport.
Oh,
And
wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm gonna be there Thursday.
yes.
Yeah,
Wait, are you not moving before then? When do you move?
uh like the next week. Or the week
Wait,
after.
seriously?
I
Just
got
let me know when you're in Denver so I can say goodbye. Well, see you later.
are you going to Angel's going away thing?
I don't think so. Wait,
Okay.
Angel.
Tessa's daughter.
Okay, yeah, Ray, mom and daughter.
Mm-hmm. I think she's
I
having like a birthday thing. I'll send you the invite for that.
It's gotten rescheduled like 4 times, right?
Yes. They've had
Okay,
issues with
I
like
know
the venues and stuff.
exactly.
That think that will be like the last weekend I'm there. I don't really know, honestly, if I'm being like transparent. I actually don't even know when I'm leaving. I have a lot of PTO. I have like 3.5 months worth of PTO that I'm just gonna take. So
Wow, that's
so
awesome.
I just gotta like align my days and stuff because I have EDC Las Vegas. Wait, are you doing EDC Las Vegas?
No.
Okay, that's a huge one for me. And like I think I'm gonna be mentally exhausted. So I'm trying to figure out like my days off for that. And then I'm probably gonna sell my Freaky Deaky ticket. I don't know. I got it thinking I was gonna be able to handle it, but we will see. I don't know if I want to really drive around with the U-Haul and go to festivals. It's like it's like one of those things like, and I think I'm grateful for the opportunities like we've had and stuff where we go to so many festivals that we miss one. It's not like
Right.
the
Right.
phone was not that hard,
Right. Exactly. I feel the same way.
but we will definitely have to catch up for October for Millennium 100%. I'm going with my coworkers. I don't know how I got them to go because they do not rave, and I'm like, oh, it'd be like my last time here. We should go. So we're definitely planning that. They're all doctors and stuff, so they're all
That's awesome.
sticks to the
They'll love
same.
it.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah. Oh,
Millennium is
100%.
something else.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, so fill us in on your festival list for the rest of the year. What you
Okay.
got?
So I have Base Canyon next weekend. And then the weekend after that is Deep Tropics in Tennessee, in Nashville. And then the weekend after that is North Coast in Chicago. And then I was supposed to go to Dance Festopia, but I just took that off my list just because I do need like a little bit of a break.
Oh yeah.
So I have a week break and then I go to Imagine. And then from Imagine, I go to Lost Lands. And then after Lost Lands, I go to Breakaway. And then right after Breakaway, I go to Starbase. And possibly Freaky Deaky, but I heard there might be a Halloween festival out here in Denver.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have it. I don't know if it's Supernatural, right? I think it might be.
I don't know what
Um,
it's called.
I think they were thinking about having it at the National Western Complex or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, okay. So yeah, that would be my last festival of the year. Festivals really slow down after October.
They do. I think I only got EDC Orlando for November.
Oh yeah, I just canceled that one.
Just honestly, I think for me, with that many festivals, like my knees always give out.
Yeah.
Just process of like getting older, just can't manage that many festivals anymore. Which is why like I take those week breaks in between. I just like
Right.
if I was younger and not so injured, then I could probably do it back to backs.
Right.
But you have any plans for New Year's?
Not yet. That is one thing that like I always try to keep an open ear out for things,
Yeah.
like not really set plans because so many different things just keep coming up.
Oh
I
yeah.
probably will end up at Decadence, the Relentless Beach one in Arizona.
I've been to that one 5 times, and honestly, it's been one of my like most memorable experiences.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that. But people dog on it because of the weather. It can like rain sometimes and stuff like that. But honestly, I like it. I
It's
like the
fine.
event.
I love raving in the rain.
I've had a great time every time.
And then I'll be at Okeechobee. That is like
Okeechobee, hell yeah.
March, though. That's all the way next year.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about Okeechobee until I decided I was gonna move to Florida. Just woke up one day,
It's
so
not my
I might.
birthday.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to. We'll figure something out. I don't know what I'm doing for New Year's either. I am the same way. I'm keeping an open mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna do hijinks in Philadelphia,
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
but I was looking at a vlog by the festival finesser, and he pointed out that it's one stage. So I don't know if that's something I want to do. Just go to like a one stage event.
Right.
At least have like a second side stage or something. Like.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's indoors, and I'm like, I'm like, I'll definitely keep it open because like it's good for vlogging purposes.
Yeah.
But a birdie told me that that Orlando might be throwing an Insomniacs countdown event.
Oh wow.
I don't know how valid this is. Just spilling some tea. I don't know how real this is though.
What's the best part about working in this industry is we hear about these things first. Like I knew about the Excision Paradise Blue Festival like 3 weeks before it got announced.
Oh man, see, there you go. It's like the perks, right? It's just
like,
yeah, there are perks for like, being where we're at and stuff, just like the things we hear. And
yeah, for sure.
I mean, a lot comes from it. And, I just, for everyone that's listening, just know we don't take any of this for granted. Like I like they see us on our Instagrams or our other platforms and stuff, like we're flexing like all this cool stuff that we're doing. But honestly, we're super grateful to even have those opportunities.
And my Instagram for sure is like a highlight of my life. I work my ass off. Oops. I work my butt off.
You can say
And
ass. It's a rated R podcast.
sorry. And like I really do. And not nobody's ever going to see that besides my friends who are here like watching me have 12 tabs open and working on each different tab and trying to get these programs done. Like it is a lot of work to do what I do and to do what you do. Like there's a lot more that goes into it just than posting on Instagram. So
I have literally defended you. Somebody was talking about how you get all these opportunities and it wasn't like fair. And I'm like, you don't fucking know Aspen, dude. I'm like, you don't know what she's going through. You don't know all the stuff that she's doing. I'm like, she's literally coordinating like contracts for like 200 people or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you don't know her. You know, like you just see the things that she posts and it just looks great and whatever. And why can't I have that, dude? That you don't know what happens behind closed doors. Like,
right, exactly.
Like this podcast, for instance, people think that I'm just like getting views and getting followers. I'm like, I'm uploading all these things. Like this podcast takes about like 20 minutes to render. It takes me about like another hour to like edit, and like that's just one video. Like the recording time, the scheduling, like everything takes time. And I think until you've been in like our shoes, you don't really know what we're doing. All you know is your own shoes, which is like for them, like if they're DJing, like, you know, they think that that's like them working hard, but I can't even understand it because I don't DJ. So for me, they're just doing beep beep bop noises. No, I'll play it.
DJs work their freaking asses off too. I have so much respect for producers and DJs, especially knowing so many of them and seeing like, you know, what goes on behind closed doors, just like how it is for me. And it's there's so much that goes into this.
Something happened because they, you know, I mean, it's just like the thing that DJs do. They just like some of them just talk shit because they see other people achieving dreams and goals and stuff like that. And I think they just get so worked up over it. I had a DJ that literally sold his ticket because another DJ was playing. And his reason behind him selling the ticket was that he deserved that spot, not the other DJ. I'm like, bro, you can't get mad. It's like, no, I worked hard. I literally play and I grind. I'm like, so does that DJ. You don't know that DJ. Right. I'm like, exactly. So I don't know. People just need to be open-minded.
If you put in work, you're gonna see the results, and that's anything in life. So just if you're listening right now and you're trying to do, you know, more in this industry, just keep working at it. Put your name out there. Closed mouth does not get fed, and that is like the best piece of advice I can give you, because
I love that. Yes,
I wouldn't have any of these opportunities if I didn't put myself out there and reach out to these people and really like push what I want to do for them. And sometimes I get told no, but you know, and that's fine. It just makes me want to push even harder. So you know, just work your ass off.
Amazing advice. Honestly, Aspen, it has been just the best pleasure having you on my podcast, and I'm so grateful to be a part of your life. It's been great. Where can everyone find you? Where are you at on all your platforms?
I mostly only use Instagram just because I don't really like the drama of Twitter, but you can find me at CO Girl Aspen, just Girl Aspen is like my nickname. And I'm on Instagram, and I will DM you, and you can see all my photos and my fun adventures, and you can ask me questions or advice. I love helping girls or men style their outfits for festivals. That's like one of my favorite things to do. So I'm always open. Please come find me and let's be friends. And don't ever be scared to come talk to me. Like I always have people message me, oh, I saw you here, but I was so nervous. And I'm like, dang it, I would have loved to meet you and give you a hug. And just, you know, I'm all about having more people in my life, and for good reasons.
Okay, everyone, that was Aspen. If you're listening, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to listen to us just ramble about random stuff. I really love and appreciate every single one of you. Thank you.